a chi-square distribution. Suppose that chi-square follows a chi-square distribution with 19 degrees of freedom. Compute the probability that chi-square is less than or equal to 25. Okay, so chi-square is a measure of a way of calculating probabilities for the standard deviation and the variance. It looks like X, but it's actually a Greek letter. Okay, it's a Greek letter chi, and a lot of times you'll see this as a more of a cursive X. But in this application, we just have a big dark X, but it's chi-square. So we're going to just use the ALEKS calculator again. So between Z and T is chi-square. And it says chi-square greater than a number. Well, same thing. We've got chi-square less than 25. So all we need to do is to start with 1 minus 1 minus, then click on the calculator. And then greater than 25 with 19 degrees of freedom. Okay? 0.839 to 3 decimal places, okay? So once again, we just use the chi-square, but because we want the less than or equal to, but the calculator gives a greater than, we're going to start with 1 minus, and then that value, putting in the degrees of freedom. And then once again, the second part of this, suppose chi-square, et cetera, with 19 degrees of freedom. Find the k such that chi-squared is greater than that value is equal to 0.05. So what I want now is to use the, I want to use the chi-square and, whoops, I want to clear that first and then use the chi-square, and I want 0.05 is the right end, the right tail, okay? Chi-square on the calculator is the right tail. If we were looking for the left tail, we would have to do the 1 minus. But it should be that when you hover, there it is. Okay, when you hover over the key, it should give you the picture of what it's going to return. I don't know what, there it goes. So you can see that in this case, it is to the left, on the right side, okay? And that indeed is what we've been asked for, the right side. We want to use the chi-square 0.05 with 19 degrees of freedom. And you can tab from one space to the next on the calculator. And also on ALEKS, you can tab. So put that in, 30.143, okay? So that is my chi-square value such that if chi-square is greater than 30.1435 is 0.05. That's the probability is 0.05. And then finally find the median of the chi-square distribution with 19 degrees of freedom. What divides your distribution in half? In other words, the probability of obtaining a value greater than the median is 0.5. The probability of obtaining a value less than the median is also 0.5. So we're just going to put in 0.5 in for chi-square. So on our ALEKS calculator, we're going to clear this. And once again, we still have 19 degrees of freedom, so put in chi-square of 0.5, not 0.05 or 0.005, just 0.5, which is 50%, 19 degrees of freedom. And that gives us 18.334, or 18.34 is our median, or 50% mark. on this distribution.